Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Karelia encounter, and it's under the command of Angelina75. Yes, we're carrying on the contest between talon1958 and Angelina75. And, well, this was one of her submissions for a battle on Karelia. Game started. I do like those days when we used to get engine sounds on our vehicles. Wargaming, what have you done to the game? Well, you can see that Angelina does have a few marks of distinction on the side of her vehicle. Yes, because she's rather busy with the Tier 6 Arty. Now, it's a 155mm howitzer mounted inside a Walker Bulldog hull, so it's reasonably quick, and it does 550 Alpha. And will penetrate through 39mm of armour. Okay, Angelina's getting ready to shoot one of the enemies. She's found an AMD178B. Oh, that's close. Let's pull back and see what we can see. Yes, AMD178B trying to get up onto the horseshoe and failing. And in fact, now he's been joined by a Strip 74. Now, if we fire this side, we might have joined teammate, but oh, well, that was good because it stunned both of the enemy tanks but left our EBR intact. Okay, the enemy does have the horseshoe at the moment, but we do have a couple of tanks up there. Okay, dialing in, rounds out, and well, she didn't get the kill, but she certainly assisted. They were both stunned, and she's going to fire another one in any second on the AMD178B. She's marking the ground to let the Hotchkiss know, but he's been killed, so she can just let rip now. And she did get 83 hit points off the AMD178B, and she's marking them as targets for her next shot. Well, the AMD's making its way up the rise. And that was a little too far behind, but the target was taken out. The T20 is stunned, and she is picking up stun assists from this. And yeah, I think they're regretting actually going up that hill because he lost a lot of damage just trying to get up on the hill, and she fires another one in for good measure. Couldn't see if that one hit the target. Okay, so she's aiming up at the horseshoe. There's an A43 up there, and as well as that T20, and now we've got a VK3001P. I think somebody forgot to tell these players that this is an encounter game, and encounter is all about the cap area, and that's what we're fighting out for at the other end. If you try to fight for the horseshoe, what you tend to do is ignore the cap area. Well, there goes the VK, she's got her first kill. P43 Tur, the Tier 7 Italian medium. Very much like the Progetto, but without the auto reloader. And, oh, now this is interesting. A Steel Waffenträger, which is the premium Tier 7 German tank destroyer. Good fountain there. I like those. I think Wargaming developed those after, I think there was some suggestion. But I feel pretty sure I did suggest it'd be nice to see big water fountains when you hit the water like that, and they did come good with that. I'm fairly sure 6 or 7 years ago I suggested that they needed to have fountains that appeared if you hit the water. I'm very pleased about it. Okay, going for the Caro P88, the Tier 7 Italian heavy. That's out. Right on his front. He didn't like that, and he's pulling back stunned. But nobody's in the cap area yet, but I think he's about to take some more damage. Angelina's dialing in. She's marked the target. Lead the target slither. That's it. Right into his side. 236. He's tracked, and he's fixed his tracks and pulled back. Now, Angelina's paying attention now to that MT25, who keeps poking around the corner. And we've got an Eagle 7 nearby. She's marked the ground to let the teammate know. Yep, because she's going to fire a round in there. increasingly in some games I'm having to actually tell teammates that not to go near a target, so I mark the ground, but they still drive in, and consequently you end up stunning your own teammate, but not from your fault, because you did warn them and they just ignored you all the same. Well, there goes the MT25, and the Eagle is now getting hammered by this steel Waffenträger. Rounds out, and he goes down as well, but not before he took out the Eagle 7. Well, with 3 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, but that could all change momentarily. Going for the T71. Rounds out. Right into his side. That's a penetrating round for 485. A low roll, but a penetrating round nonetheless. Okay, well there's only an E25 between us and the enemy now, and we're down to just five teammates. Well, Angelina's decided to pull back, because if she's too close up front, the enemy might try to find her and take her out of the game. She needs to put some distance between her and the enemy tanks. This looks a little better. I'd sit behind that rock actually, just in case the enemy did decide to come from the horseshoe. Oh, she's got a shot on that P43 too. Mind you, there's 2 in the cap at the moment. It takes twice as long to cap out in encounter games. She's got no shot on the P43 yet. No shot further down the South Pass. Heavy tank number 6 is a 1-shot. Going back to the cap, well, that easy 8 is fairly obvious. I think Angelina can get a reset. I think the other one, though, happens to be in... Well, she didn't get any reset there. I think the other one's hiding behind the rock. Yes, he just knocked that tree down to give him some added protection. But Angelina can reset him with Splash. Just aim for the corner. And she decided not to shoot. No, I think you do need to get that reset. Yes, he's inside that circle, but just behind the tree. So she'll probably splash him for this. She did. Yep. It's always a wise decision. If somebody's hiding behind a rock like that, try to aim for the edge of the rock, and the splash should take them and reset them. Going for the Caro. Rounds out. Direct hit. 197 hit points this time. I think that's the A43 that was also capping. The other one's the EC8. I think he's a bit further away. She's going to aim for this corner this time. Rounds out. And she's reset the one that had the longest cap there. So presumably it was the EC8 that was actually capping that she got reset the last time. She might have a defender medal now. Rounds out the Caro. Too far away to actually kill. There's only 3 tanks left on either side. Our guys are 2 heavy tanks. They've killed all 4 the ones on the southern pass, and the OI is now headed over to the cap. So Angelina could launch a couple of rounds over the top of the rocks. Either that, or she could, if she wanted, change position and move down to the horseshoe. And that would actually give her an even better angle on... And she killed him! She did it! She got it right. She fired that round in perfectly and took out the A43. But there's nobody capping now, so that means the enemy are a bit worried. And I think I know the reason why. The Caro P88 is very low on hit points. That's the one that Angelina's been hitting. The M44, well, we haven't seen him. And in fact, actually, the OI says, nice freaking shot, homie. Well... It certainly was, because that reset actually has made a huge difference to the game now. They are capping again, so I think that's the Caro this time. I'd be very surprised if the M44's gone into the cap. If anything, the M44 is probably going to stay outside the cap and try and stop anyone getting a reset. There's the Caro. Yes, he is in the cap, and he's very easy for Angelina to hit. She could get a big reset and a kill. Well, she didn't get the kill, but she got 141 hit points off him, and she got more reset. Here we go. This could be the kill shot. That's out. And she did. She got him. She finally finished off the Caro, and that just leaves the M44 now. And so everybody can move forward and look for the M44. Of course, Angelina can go to the cap here and start capping herself. But it would be much better because the OI is very slow. And well, the IS is not so slow. So the OI will be a good tank to actually go into the cap, even though it's quite big and makes a big target. But the IS and the M44 between them could chase down the enemy M44 and kill him. And in fact, the other M44 has been found, so Angelina can stop because she can now hit him with a splash round and take him out the game and win the game for her team. He's hugging the rock for security now, but she fires a round in, and that must have stunned him. Must have stunned him. In fact, actually, the IS has killed the M44, so the game is over. So it's a victory on the first one. Let's have a look at the second game. In the second replay, Angelina is on the eastbourne of Berlin, and it's kind of loud on this side of the map. Game started. Well, there's 3 Arty in this game on either side, 2 M44s and an AMX13 F3. The enemy team have got 2 M44s and a Hummel. I wonder which team has got the best Arty. Well, we'll have to find out. Well, there's always this squeeze trying to get across the bridge, and there are a variety of firing positions you can use, and it looks to me like Angelina's decided she's either going to head all the way down the map or sit behind the Reichstag. Okay, it's the Reichstag it is. Now you can get shots on the enemy tanks that are trying to take the centre of town from this position. The other M44 is also set up nearby, and Angelina is now aiming at a KV2R, who's kind of in the open. Not a very good decision. And now he's been stunned and tracked, and now he's taking damage. So that's either stun assist or damage assist. I think it's stun assist actually. And she's lining him up for another shot. She's leading the target, getting it ready. Rounds out. This should hit. Right behind him. It didn't hit him, but it certainly did take some hit points off him. 72, and he's gone. Excellent. Now, she can get a shot on this Achilles if she can land the round through the window. If she can't land it through the window, well, there's other targets she can hit, including this T150, who's moving forward quite rapidly. That's going to be a little late, but it stuns him. Okay, let's have a look and see. Well, she's trying to aim for the T150 again. There he is. Rounds out. That looks good. It is 213. Good hit. And she got a hit directly afterwards from one of her teammates, which means she's picked up 390 stun assist, and then the guy explodes when the Tiger 131 puts her 88th round into him. Okay, we've got a KV2, which is side scraping. I'm not so sure if Angelina can get a shot into this corner, but she's looking around. Sorry, it's all so close. I think it is down to my settings, not Angelina's. Okay, Type 58. That's a Chinese T-34. She fires at it. Not sure why the thing decided at that moment to pull back. I'll have to use the free camera so we can get a see of what she's actually doing. Okay, she's going to try and get another round on that Type, I think. She's aiming just to one side. Yep. Okay, this looks... Yep, she fires in. Oh, gets a nice direct hit on him for 134, but we lose the OI. And now she's looking at a Hellcat some distance away over the other side of the river. She's following him as target. Rounds out. This could be good. It is. Direct hit. Now, a Type Type 58 there on that corner. Rounds up. Well, the building protected him there. He was very lucky. You can see the impact point of the explosion on the wall. The Type 58 just got absolutely pummeled there by KV2. Angelina fires in and she gets the kill. And one of the enemy Arty has been spotted. The M44, he stayed around to fire that last shot. And then he motored away as fast as he could. And Angelina's following him, trying to work out where to put the shell. But this T-37 is showing up instead. She fires a snap at him. Unfortunately, not enough lead. And I'm afraid she doesn't get a shot in there. But the T-37's come up to the wreck of the OI. And he's now being hit, so she's going to get a chance to shoot him as well. Rounds out. Just a fraction too late. He fixed his tracks and moved on. Well, they're one tank up on the enemy at the moment, but it can still go either way. Only the one kill so far. But I'm pretty sure she will get another one. We're looking around for that M44. Now, sometimes it actually helps to go to the overhead mode when you're trying to do counter battery. Down towards the south, we've got an enemy T-3485M, the premium version of the T-3485. That landed short on the ridgeline. Not to worry, I've done that myself so many times. It's very easy to accidentally get one shell that hits just a bit further up the slope. But the enemy Hummel's been spotted. And no amount of backing up's going to help you, Sunshine, if you have been seen, because Angelina will launch around into that corner. And he just managed to, yes, he did manage to back up in time, but the other M44 has been seen and suddenly he moves again. The T-52 is going in for the Hummel and Angelina's going for this M44. Rounds out. A fraction too late, but he stopped. And he stopped to take a shot at our T-52. And Angelina's going to get another chance. Well, the M44 did kill our T-52. And he stayed underneath the arch. So, can she get around on it? Rounds out. It hit the building. I suspect it stunned him, but it probably didn't damage him as such. Other RT rounds landing in that same spot. The Hummel's still in that corner. He did manage to find a spot that he could go to and not get killed. Well, with the score even at the moment, it could still go either way. The enemy T-3485 is close by, but he's just got wiped out. There is a Crusader as well. So Angelina's moved to a new position, which actually means she can get shots on that Crusader because the Reichstag was blocking it previously. The only problem is he's in the trench and now he's been joined by the T-52 who got stopped and he got wiped out by a snap. So now Angelina's got 2 kills. Going for that Crusader. He's just in this dip here. She's going to fire the round in. Yes, she is. Good water fountain. So I've said before, I do like that animation. Wargaming did a good job with that to make it look like the water was fountaining after being struck. Now we know that M44 is somewhere in this vicinity, and I think he'll go back to the same spot he was seen before. Rounds out. No, he's not there. We know the Hummel's in that corner as well. The further south that Angelina goes, the more chance she's got of being able to get a good angle on that Hummel. But the Hummel might not be there anymore. We're 2 tanks up on the enemy now. And in fact, actually, even the Nashorn has decided to start scouting, even though there's a Hellcat who's a little behind him and could move forward. And he's found the Crusader. And Angelina gets 28 hit points off him. And one of the other RT picks up 85, so she's got some more stun assist. And there goes the last one from the AMX-13 F3. And I think the Achilles has got him now. Yes. So Angelina's now clear to move forward because there's only 3 enemy left and all of them are Arty, and there's one of them right now. The Hummel's going after the AMX13F3. She's dialing in as fast as she can. Line him up. Ready? Routes up. And beautiful revenge there. He did take out our AMX13F3, but he got taken out in revenge by Angelina immediately afterwards. I think he'll be probably cursing his luck that there's an excellent Arty player on the opposite team. And there's one of the M44s. He's been seen in the south. Okay, so that means there's only the other one in the north that's still left. Okay, we're dialing in on this position. We've lost sight of it temporarily, but remember it's got to travel quite a long distance. It's a 2.5 second flight time. There he is. Rounds out. Direct hit. Oh, and a fire. And the kill shot went to the Hellcat, but Angelina picked up virtually all of the hit points in that shot. And she's done incredibly well so far. 1,138 hit points. 773 on stun assist. We're now just looking for the M44. We're headed over to the Opera House. Oh, yes, find the right crossing. Oh, yes, I'm afraid that M44 didn't learn that, yes, you can't get up that point there. Angelina knows that. Okay, so she's got a good firing position now. And it's just a matter of waiting for her teammates to spot the M44 and then she can go for it. He must be north of the railway line. Oh, no, he was actually just behind that building and he stayed where he was the last time and he just got a shotgun on our Achilles. I thought he'd be north of the, not the railway line, north of the bridge. But he actually stayed underneath the bridge to protect himself from Arty. Well, it looks to me like Angelina is going to sit in the cap area, or is she going through? Well, she's got a shot on him now. Unfortunately, nope, he's still behind the building. But the Nashorn will get him this time. He might try to shotgun the Nashorn. There's one shot in from the M44 from a distance. He's coming down to the corner. Go for it, Angelina. Yes! Splash kill! Made a huge mistake when he came to that corner. Let's have a look at the last of the replays. And the last replay in this video is talon1958 in the M44 on the north spawn of mines. Game started, and yes, we've lost sound again. Oh dear, Wargaming, what have you done? It doesn't happen during the game, but it's only when you try to play the replays afterwards, they just won't work. And it's kind of weird that the mods are working when you play the game, but not in replays. And some do work in replays, others don't. Well, you can see Talon has managed to go to the Nigel position, the C1 position. And, well, we know this to be particularly effective. Rounds out. Oh, right in the front of that M4A1. He didn't like that at all. You can see the sudden twitch of his turret. He knows that there's somebody firing at him he can't see and can't do anything about it. Well, next target's going to be this AMX, or is it? No, he's going to go back to the M4. Here we go. Shouts out. Another direct hit, 253 this time, and it hit the front plate directly above the transmission. And that M4A1 has just been wiped out. Okay, next round is going at the AMX CLC. He fires the round in. Oh! The guy moved like the Matrix. He pulled back just in time to avoid the shell. Yeah, moved like Neo. But he's going to do it again. Here we go. Rounds out. This time round, he hit the target and the AMX CLC just exploded. So a great shot there from Talon. We've lost sight of the KV2, but I think he's still there. No sign of him. We've got nobody looking at him, that's the problem. So he's just firing in blind at the moment to try and hit anything that might be in the vicinity. Okay, one of the enemy tanks, the heavy tank number 6, has moved forward, and he's very close to us now. In fact, they're all moving forward, and he just hit the heavy tank number 6, but he's been spotted. The enemy's making a concerted push, and they've gone over the edge of the cliff to avoid being hit by our tank destroyers, and now we're in close range. In fact, actually, we've just been hit by the SU-8, and all that Talon can do really from this position is quickly get behind the rock to avoid any further artillery rounds coming in. And whilst you're hugging the rock here, you're safe from Arty, because they can only splash you with rounds that land nearby. But the advantage is you wait until the storm's gone and then you can move. Although it is, if you do get hit here, it's best to move back to the original cap area. I know you are giving up a very good position, but if the enemy knows or sees that you're there in future, then it could be curtains for you. KV2, a stock turret. Oh, no, he's decided he's going to go for that SU-8. Pay him back a little shell in return. That's revenge. He took him out. Okay, so the SU-8 has learned a big lesson there. Don't mess with talon1958. Box tank. Guns out. Direct hit. Oh god, you could see the shell explode on the side of his structure. The casement took the hit. Now, can he get another round on? You lead the target a little. In fact, the guy's gone behind the rock for cover. But I think Talon can still get around nearby. Except, of course, now he's looking for another target to hit. There's still that KV2. Oh, there's one of the Panzer IV Anjo, or is it Anku, the Girls and Panzer tank. With those whiny, annoying girls. Yes. Quickie Baby's not the only one who finds it rather annoying.
Support my position.
He's waiting for that Anku tank to appear. There's our Panzer IV. There he is. Okay, now looking for the next target. So Dickomax, he's just hiding behind the bush. He was spotted. Here we go. Rounds out. Well, it was near the aim point. I can only think that the Dickomax actually pulled back just in time to avoid getting hit. And Talon's decided to change position, move further down the island. He might be able to get a shot on the Churchill 3 if he can move far enough south. Now the scores are even at the moment, so it's still anyone's game. Now the Dickomax was seen near this position here. Rounds out. No. Now where is the enemy Arty? Normally under these circumstances, I've said before, you go to overhead mode. It's much easier to see the tracer, and if you click on the V key, all the visuals disappear, leaving only the tracer visible when they fire. We're losing tanks. We're hemorrhaging tanks now, actually. We're 4 tanks down on the enemy, and Talon's trying to get a shot on the VK, and he gets one right into the side for 213. We've lost our only tank support in the south, and well, most of our teammates have just sort of like died all of a sudden. This is not good. All of them dying so quickly. Going for the VK. Rounds out. Right in his face. Potential high caliber, but we've been spotted. And remember, they've still got one Arty. And there's the T67 on the enemy team. It's just the other side of the rock. And despite the fact that he's loaded, I'm afraid the enemy Arty is going to be firing around in any second. Because he's permanently spotted by that T67 being close to him. And now he's all alone because everyone else has been killed off. And there's more than, well, there's 8 enemy tanks still out there. And there's the gorilla making himself known. And I'm afraid he's so slow to turn because of the stun. Yep. In fact, it's the Anku who gets the kill from the castle. So, unfortunately, this one is a loss. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for all 3 games. And here's the end of battle results. And in the first game on Karelia, Angelina75 managed to get a first-class tanker in her M44. She also got a fighter badger getting at least 4 kills. She ended up with 4 exactly. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She managed to get 20. And she got a defender medal. She reset the cap enough times to get over 100 cap points in total. And her win rate from the game was 6,258. And she was basically instrumental in them getting the win because she managed to get so many resets during that game. Let's have a look at the team score and see where she stood. Well, when it came to damage, the high scorer was the E25 on her team. Got a Confederate and 2,577 hit points. The second highest damage was the Hellcat with 2,343. And the third highest damage was actually T71D8 on the enemy team with 2,201. But we can see that Angelina managed to get the 4th highest damage in the game with 2,178 hit points. And of course she picked up a defender medal and the OI managed to steal wall. When it came to kills, it was Angelina with 4 kills alongside the T71D8 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, she's got the tops on that one, 1,142. 944 went to the E25, 858 went to the OI. Angelina fired 22 rounds in that game, that's a lot. 8 direct hits, 2 penetrations on the enemy, 18 splash, damage of 2,178 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. She damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 4, and did 653 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns, and of course that 100 defense points by resetting cap so often. She earned 43,769 credits from the game, got 50,000 credits for completing the mission, 93,769 credits altogether. And after ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 82,659 credits. Just goes to show the M44 can be a great credit earner, especially when you're playing your first game of the day. 1,713 XP. Times 5 for the first victory, 8,565 experience points altogether. So a very good game on the encounter map. And in fact, actually, the thing is, the other players knew that she was doing exceptionally well and they were complimenting her during that game. So that's the first one. Let's have a look at the second battle. That was the one on Berlin. And Angelina got that fantastic shot right at the end to kill the M44 who was hiding underneath the bridge. He came forward and she was able to splash him by landing the round right next door to the wall as he pulled forward. So she got a first class tanker in that game. She also got a fighter badge like the last game. For getting at least 4 kills. She ended up with 4 exactly in this one too. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 12 in this one, slightly less than the last one. But look at her win rate. It's 4,327, which is still super Unicum standard. And if we look at team score in this one, we can see that the highest amount of damage was actually, if I get it right there, get it right again, that's it. The highest damage was done by the M44 on the enemy team. In fact, it was that last one. I'm pretty sure it's the last one that she killed. Yes, it is. It was that last one. He was a very good player. And he got the highest damage, but he didn't pick up a high caliber because he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool. So he got the highest damage, and the second highest damage, Angelina, yes, in her M44, 1,849 hit points, followed by the KV2 with 1,652. When it came to kills, she shared it yet again with the very same player. 4 kills went to Angelina, 4 kills went to the M44 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, It's Angelina who comes out on top this time. 1,018 base experience points to her. 784 went to the KV2, 774 to the T52. She fired 23 rounds in this game, so a lot more. 4 direct hits, 2 penetrations on the enemy and 12 splash. Damage of 1,849 hit points, all of it done at more than 300 meters. She damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 4, and did 267 hit points of damage assistance, plus 773 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. She also managed to get 30 capture points while she was in the cap at the end of the game. She was sitting in the cap at the time. 42,509 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply took away a profit of 30,894 credits. She received 1,527 XP, 3,054 from the mission events, and 4,581 was taken away altogether. So yet another great game by Angelina. She's very consistent. She's getting first classes a lot more often. It won't be long before she's getting aces all the time as well, and she's getting incredibly accurate. Let's have a look at the third battle, and that was the one with Talon. And yes, they're both racing each other to try and get the best score, so whoever wins gets the lay in, and the other one has to look after Remy when he gets up in the morning. On this game, Talon managed to get a second class tanker in the M44. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17, and in this one he got the high caliber because he dealt the most damage in the game, at least 20% of the enemy hit pool. And his win rate in this game was 5,984, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at the team score and see where he stood. Well, we can see he's at the top of the table with 2,369 hit points of damage. The second highest scorer being, well, this player. And we don't know which tank it was, but it's probably one of the ones. Oh, that's the Anku, isn't it? That's the Anku tank, yes. Sorry, because Wargaming haven't put the thing in so that the replay website can pick it up. So it's coming back with question mark because there's no picture yet for it to pull up when the replay comes up. So the Anku managed to get 2,181 hit points, and the third highest damage, if I close that, was the SU-8 that he killed. He got a Confederate, but 1,408 hit points of damage, and his name goes by the name of Yes, so played and hit Talon, but Talon got him back and took out of the battle. What a name! That's quite a Anyway, when it came to kills in this game, it was that Anku, the Panzer IV Anku, who got 4 kills. 2 kills went to Talon, to the Firefly, to the Box Tank, to the Dickomax, and the T-34-85. And when it came to base XP, it's the Anku again. 1,408 went to him, 715 went to the Churchill 3, 583 went to the SU-8, and 580 went to the SU-88, but Talon wasn't that far behind. He had 550, so he actually comes in 5th place on base XP. He fired 15 rounds in this game, got 9 direct hits and 1 penetration on the enemy, 12 splash. I'm pretty sure that penetrating shot was actually the SU-8 that he took out. Let's just check. No, he didn't penetrate that one. He must have penetrated one of the others. Just check, find out which one it was, because I'm interested, because I like that sort of thing. Oh, there you go. It's the ELC. Yes, he hit him right in the side with a 155mm round. It went straight through him, and that's why he blew up. Okay, so 1 penetration, the AMX, 12 splash, damage of 2,369 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit. It was a penetration. That was the shot that killed him from the Anku, who was up near the castle. 2 enemy hits by way of splash damage as well. Yes, the last enemy Arty, the gorilla, managed to get 1 into him. And also the SU-8, before he killed him, he also splashed him as well. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 16 hit points of damage assistance, plus 726 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 41,556 credits, got 5,363 for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic medal or battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game to equalise your score with that of the winning team, because obviously you put in an extra effort to get a medal in the game, and therefore Wargaming reflects that by giving you extra credits and extra XP because you did well. 46,919 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away a profit of 37,384 credits. Talon picked up 55 bonds in that game, so he must have hit some achievement, and 825 XP, 478 for courageous resistance, took away 1,303 experience points altogether. He says I couldn't carry enough. Well, yes, I'm afraid, but what happened was your team let you down dramatically at the end, because you were doing incredibly well, and then they all died. I mean, before you knew what you were doing, you were all alone facing 8 enemy vehicles, and you were getting damage on the enemy, you were getting kills on the enemy, but it just wasn't, you weren't able to keep anyone else alive long enough so that you could actually continue the battle. So rather disappointing end on that game, but at least Talon managed to get the high caliber out of it, and that will count towards his weekend contest with Angelina. I hope you enjoyed those replays in the M44. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And we will be coming back with some more contest videos, some more replays featuring talon1958 and angelina75 soon. Thanks for watching.